anything at this point. I'm just happy to have Dilar here. A few seconds before we get back into the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, quick reminder, it's up to Evos now. They choose which side they want to be on as we go into the game 2 proper. Akumbong Atlas for pulling us up into the scene. Finally, we see Evos going over the red side.
I love the Atlas, by the way. He really helps everyone out. Anyways, going into the draft, onic first pick, Evos Legend second pick, Novaria banned out by Evos, but onic as the first pick, betting out the Claude as well as the Eve. For now, it looks like they're trying to make sure that just the comfort heroes aren't being given away by Evos. Personally, for me, I'm really liking the Claude ban.
Yeah, it's a brand special, and especially because onic really likes somewhere of Eve. They really like Valentina, so that they ban out the Claude. So just they will open up the draft so much for their squad. I would assume that onic might prioritize. Actually, Valentina should be the priority here for onic, but it will be banned out so easily.
Amazing.
Okay.
Gee,
whatever.
Help out Evos, why don't you? So yeah, Valentina hasn't been banned out. For now, again, we're looking at the Joy. I'm not so sure whether Dilar can play the Joy now. And speaking of which, hashtag C, the heroes, half of MLBB's hero pool has been used.
That's surprising.
In MSC 2023 with 60 left to complete the current roster. Now, gentlemen, this does not show that this meta is as balanced as it could be.
I love it. This is amazing, especially given the fact that heroes like Masha are coming through, and this just shows that we're going through the best of the best, the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Legends, if you will, for the meta games across time and space. But now something else to note, even with the 60 heroes left, almost half of MLB's hero pool used, why is mid still so tight? Why does it seem like there's only so many mid heroes that are viable?
To the point where you even see fighters in the mid.
The answer is really just settle for what works. It's really, you know, that's
4 mid laners banned.
Exactly. So with that, do you go Arlo? Joy is open, by the way, as well as 1-1. What do you pick onic? There's so much. This is a shopping spree, but you only can pick one. Joy,
Kaja?
Kaja.
I always want to say the Joy.
Knowing onic, they will pick up 1-1.
To me.
Wow.
Because 1-1 is open. But wait.
Kaja is open as well.
Kaja Joy.
Kaja Joy or...
Kaja Joy, nope.
I think the Kaja will take priority, right? Since that's probably the only one that can really deal with a 1-1.
Obvious though.
You pick Kaja Joy here.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Dilar is in play.
Phobius.
It could legit be absolutely anything.
Get spicy.
Could be Phobius, could be the Joy.
Yep.
They're in no rush.
I think Kaja... knowing Evos, knowing Dilar, he might be the last pick. Kaja Joy. Oh, fire.
I mean, the Eve is not there anymore. The Valentina isn't there as well. So this Fairmans is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're pretty good.
You are pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, get a room.
Speaking of rooms, onic, what kind of room are they trying to create here? Because going up against Kaja as well as the Fairmans, quite a lot of engage.
Yep.
How are they going to make sure that this 1-1 will be able to get good stacks?
Yeah, a room where you protect you allow for the 1-1 to have stacks. So you have a frontliner, Fredrin, for example.
Or
maybe
1-1 to have what?
A room where you have a room for the 1-1.
To have stacks.
Stacks.
Oh,
Yes,
stacks.
to proc the weakest point.
Right. Perfect.
Fredrin or Akai, I would say. And then, of course, the Joy is there. Oh, Farsa.
Barca! Wait, isn't that like...
Okay.
Okay, here's the
It's
thing.
not as hot right now.
0% win rate.
Yep. Pretty bad. There's the Fredrin, as expected. You can still settle for a carry here if you're Evos.
No, I mean, like, looking at the situation, there's already quite a lot of dive, right? Dilar could be using something like a Yuzong as well. Are they trying to bait it out? Are they trying to force Dilar?
Absolutely.
Yep, the dragon is so good here.
They're trying to force the law?
Yep.
I mean, looking at the fact that it is a Farsa, yes, I absolutely agree. It seems like a Yuzong makes perfect sense in this case.
Wait, even the Arlet?
I mean, onic hasn't really shown who their EXP laner is, how that movement and how the lane priority would be like. But regardless, we're still looking at the Fredrin. We're still looking at the fact that Fredrin can still flex into the EXP.
I think this is just Joy or Carry as the third pick for Evos. Instead of...
You're We talked about it!
Yeah.
We mentioned it before the game started! Let's go, Lar.
Let's go!
This is all reliable.
Oh.
This is all reliable.
God.
Much
Win
the
lane, win
way,
game.
much the way. Oh my Venus is Estes and Carl DZ is Lancelot.
No.
Dilar is Uranus.
Exactly.
The Lar is what?
Uranus.
Got it.
Dilar is Uranus. And I'm standing now because I'm so happy about this. This
Okay,
is a
fine. I'll
classic.
stand as well.
All right.
I'm happy too.
So you ban out carry here if you are
Agreed.
evos, or maybe
Hey, you can pick it up after.
you can pick it up after. I'm thinking actually Lapu-Lapu as a ban for evos. It's still good versus Faramis type of compositions, and it's the way for you to kind of have a front line to fend off the Faramis cult altar, as well as the fact that you allow for your 1-1 to get the stacks.
Honestly, I like the ban onto Franco right now. I kind of
I
feel like, yeah,
also agree.
just go with the roamer ban. Any kind of roamer that could give a problem towards the Kaja as well would be pretty good, because I'm also thinking
That's right.
like when I'm playing the Kaja, it's very annoying going up against something like the Atlas,
Yep.
where you could pull me up when
Yep.
I want to pull you down.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm not-
You don't have to
Yeah,
explain.
I'm not
everything.
gonna explain it. Yeah, no.
Okay, the only problem I have with this Uranus, unfortunately, is that it was picked third. And Coach Yeb just knows how to deal with this. Raja Yeba, yeah. Raja Langit Yeba. Did you know that Coach Yeb cannot step on land anymore? You don't have Raja Lang? That's why he was carried off. MPLID. His shoes are
Very
far
fun
too
fact.
expensive.
Yeah, that's right. No,
Very
have you
fun fact.
ever seen him walk on
Nope.
stage?
Nope.
Whenever camera pans over,
I never see him walk in general.
he's just there.
He's
Yep.
hovering. People don't know. He's been hovering all the time.
That's right. Or that's true. Or he's being carried by his teammates or
can't-
someone else.
I've carried him.
That's right.
MPL Philippines
That's
season
right.
11 playoffs. What a privilege.
That's canon.
That's canon. Looking at the final bans here, the Dairoth closed up, and
Oh,
of
yeah,
course
the
the
lid.
Fanny taken away.
Carry. I think.
I'm thinking of carry, and then after
Yep.
that, take a ling. It's
I
pretty
agree.
good against this composition, no?
That's
Carry first, ling later.
That's true.
What's
But
scary about the Ling though is if the Fredrin goes to the jungle,
Yeah.
it's not as easy.
I think
That's
you,
one point.
Yeah, you might just last pick up Artis here.
I do agree with the Ling also,
Your
actually, to
team
be
is
honest.
turn.
Because they will want to probably look at the second insurance onto really dealing with the Fasa, right? Fasa
Yeah.
is that large artillery would be one of the big ways that EVOS can't even get close to the opponents. Get closing.
Yep. Lapu-Lapu is so good here for onic. And then there is that route where you go for some sort of a lockdown to go with your 1-1 so that you have a frontliner. So maybe something like Atlas, perhaps. With the absence of the Franco, you need that hard lockdown. Something along the lines of like
Is Lolita
my
bad?
judgment, Lolita maybe something single target, you know,
With the single bonk,
Time to
Saber,
drop the
something.
beat of the
No, not
clock.
Saber.
maybe a Cho.
Yeah. Kofra, there you go.
Your team is
Sound.
Right, Kufra being
a
very
keep-
solid here.
Keyboy Classic.
Oh.
Looking at draft now, I was thinking about
Artis.
the link, but yeah, now with the Kufra there,
Not exactly viable anymore. is
a
it?
little bit difficult. Yeah, a little bit difficult. But again,
But they're
Ta-
kind of lacking damage, isn't it? From the side of EVOS.
I would say early. Mid, honestly, once the Faramis has the clock as well as the lightning, it hurts quite a lot. The moment it has the Divine Glaive, you could basically almost one-shot the entire team, especially if the team clumps up together. Trust me, I play a lot of Faramis.
Yep. Maybe the finishing touch is the Martis. So you go for the Decimate, you guarantee a kill.
Oh yeah,
The
true.
chain together.
And you win against the Fredrin.
You win against
if
the
it is
Fredrin.
a jungle Fredrin.
All right.
I
This is
mean-
a joy. You're correct. Or maybe actually go back to the Batman, perhaps. Martis.
Martis.
Okay.
So far, we looked at both teams' drafts. Are we going to be slightly biased with the Lars Uranus here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What do you mean
all right.
slightly?
All right, Evos then.
It costs nothing.
It costs nothing. Yeah.
Again, game one we also preferred Evos' draft, right?
Yeah,
it
True.
just
The
came
execution.
the difference in the execution and of course timing.
Yep. Dare I say
Abstract.
I don't favor Evos' lineup, but this is the Lars Uranus.
Just
of-
for.
Yep.
Right?
To be honest, I do like EVOS lineup. I do want to see EVOS
Oh,
being able to pull this off.
I believe our camera did stutter a bit there, which made it seem like Yeb was walking, but
He was hovering.
can confirm he was
Just
hovering. I
trust
see it
it.
That was
right
a stock
from,
video.
Yeah, I see him straight from where I am now. Definitely was hovering. That was from a couple of years
Yeah,
back.
it was
folks.
a stock video.
Again, this is a historic matchup as is. Let's go into game number 2 and make more history in this best of 5. Gentlemen,
Going into game number 2, we see Delar finally coming in, but will he be enough to drop down the Sky Kings? onic down to the bottom. In fact, we're gonna see the bird fly a little bit longer. This is basically Yep just now.
Yeah.
Just hovering there on the base.
They're fixing some tech issues because Yep's foot that
I kind of feel like that took everyone by surprise. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. So now looking back at the draft, I'm just thinking like this Joy, although it is still a good game for the Joy because of the presence of the Beatrix that can go to the backlines, this is not going to be the typical Joy that can easily go up against Marksman because now you have the Kaja.
Yeah.
Traditionally a good counter, or if not an answer to the Joy because you just lock him down, right? And you have the damage output and you have a killing blow. So it's still... I think the 1-1's still a problem, although they have the Fermis for the Cult Altar, but...
Right now, honestly, looking at the Marshall, 4 fingers has been shown, and 4 fingers usually hurt. So this will take a while.
Okay, so you guys were talking about a 1-1. We
Yeah, 1-1. What about a 1-1?
About 1-1, right?
Yeah, 1-1.
We're talking about a 1-1, right? So 1-1 used to be 4 stacks. Now it's 3.
Yeah,
so
3.
at least it's a little bit easier for 1-1 to proc and go on to the ultimate. But okay, the main question that I want to ask is the fact that yes, there is a Faramis and yes, there is a Kaja. They have a catch onto the 1-1 and they have an insurance policy with the Faramis. So what is really going to be one of the biggest problems for EVOS right now? Because as a team in EVOS, if I have this composition, I don't think that I will be afraid of 1-1 at all.
Yeah, you're not afraid of the 1-1. You're also not afraid of the Joy. But having both 1-1 and Joy together, you might not have enough resources to lock down those 2 heroes.
Oh, right.
Maybe you can only pick one. So that's the
So
only...
you pick which 1-1?
Which 1-1, yeah.
Oh. Which
For you
1-1?
to be able to
Why?
get to 1-1.
Ah.
But yeah, that's the looming problem here for EVOS. Surely they have the tools to go out those heroes individually, but together they might need to pick their fights. And that's a difficult choice to make because it's between Boots and Chewe. So it's a very difficult dilemma. But then again, like I said, they do have the tools.
I see where you're going with here because again, you have the answer, but you probably have the answer for one person only.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of feel like the answer will be much easier if one of the lanes is won.
Yeah.
Right? If the Uranus was able to deal with the Joy, then the Joy won't be that big of a problem later, right? So you can use all your resources to make sure that the 1-1 comes down. But if the 1-1 doesn't see much trouble, then yeah, you can focus on the Joy. If neither of them are much of a trouble, then do whatever you want.
So how's going to be the matchup of Joy versus Uranus? Specifically, if we are looking at the La onto this Uranus.
Yep.
Because I really want to know what kind of matchup I would want to, what kind of matchup this is going to be like.
Honestly, it's going to be surprising because the Uranus, after the buff on the damage, what do you see? What do you say?
Pilar, check this out.
Oh, the Lar, check this out. Anyways,
Yeah.
okay. So the Uranus, the first kill has been buffed in terms of the damage. We can hear the crowd cheer.
That's so charismatic, dude.
Taz knows
That
how to
is
play.
so charismatic.
Taz knows how to play with the camera, but again, acting like he's crying. Oh, finally I get to play here.
Yeah.
When am I gonna put? You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Uranus will be doing pretty good.
Okay.
That's the end all. That's the only thing
It's
I
a
want to say.
one-all and all.
And the Joy does quite a lot of damage as well, but
Right.
level 1, you can cut the lane as long as the Joy gets hit by the Ionic Edge.
Yeah.
Uranus will eventually win out, but I don't think the Joy will let the Uranus get the Ionic Edge stacks onto the Joy.
Difficult to think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it is
honestly-
difficult to think.
I guess the real
It's a skill matchup then. Let's make it easier. Skill
Yeah,
matchup.
50-50. Let's just put it
Skill
that way.
matchup.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if we're looking at the other lanes, right? Faramis does clear faster than Fasa at level 1. So generally speaking, if they do want to put a little bit more pressure over to the side of Beatrix lane, since it is Beatrix versus 1-1, I'm expecting that Beatrix should be pretty much A-OK onto 1-1, and they would probably want to get a little bit more of the turret plating off of 1-1's turret.
which now that you say that, it's Kaja plus the Fermis, so that's even faster. You have the you have the clear already. Clear speed is there, and you can rotate to lanes much faster. And it's like if you compare that to Farsa and Kufra, that of course will pale in comparison. So you only have to be careful about the initiations that will come from El Kiboy. That being said, Dreams and Hijame, they need to be active this game. They have to make sure that the first 2 picks, the Kaja plus the Faramis, will count.
Honestly, right now, I'm actually quite interested in the Farsa because, again, Farsa so far hasn't been doing too well. Still has the damage, but here's the thing. Initially, when I saw the nerf on the Wings by Wings, sure, adding a few extra seconds, making it so that you can't really spam your force skill all the time, I thought it wasn't that big of a deal, but apparently, it's pretty annoying not being able to fly away from difficult situations. So now, onic Philippine reunion, Coach Yeb, Kyrie, and the Lard meet once again in the international stage, however, on different sides this time.
This time...
This is adorable. These two.
They are adorable.
At this point, I don't think it's EVOS fans. I think they're all just Delar fans.
No? Really? Maybe. Delar has
I'm
his
a fan
own...
of Delar now, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You
already-
haven't even seen him play.
No, it doesn't really matter. He's
Yeah.
charismatic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
Riz. General
But,
of the
Kyrie,
Riz
though.
army.
the Kyrie, though.
Kyrie, yeah. Even
He's a handsome devil.
handsome... But handsome that was Diablo.
The handsome devil's Diablo, so...
Yeah. All right, that's Raja Yeba, Raja Langit. You're seeing together with Coach.
He's barely sitting,
Ali?
by the way.
He's what?
He's barely sitting. Like
Yeah,
his
he-
feet is hovering above
Exactly.
the ground.
Exactly. And if it does need to kind of get his feet on the ground, they make sure that the ground is like there's a carpet that has been dry cleaned. The upholstery is great. It's premium. You know, he only steps on premium ground.
You know, at this point, I don't even know how to follow that up.
Yeah. There's no follow up. It's
mean,
a fact.
It's something that we have to experience first, then we can really say something. Okay.
What was that?
I'm glad that the way that they're buying time for us, just keep showing Dolar over again.
Yeah.
Like, this is the effect. The
One
moment he
scene,
comes-
then go back to
No,
Delar.
imagine being Delar. All right. After like what, a year plus I haven't played. Now I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Goes in the game. Pause.
Yeah.
What an effect, man. What an effect.
Yeah. Immediately making a lot of waves. I wonder what they're trying to do. I wonder what they're trying to fix here.
I forgot for the fourth one.
I think I know. The
Okay,
fact
what?
that he is here,
Yeah.
his presence itself
Yeah.
broke the game.
I agree.
Let's see
It's
here.
just historic.
I keep forgetting, but number 4 has a lot of things under it. But yeah, it would take a little bit of while. Right now, the troubleshooting does say around more or less 2 minutes, maybe just a little bit more than that. For now, we can see the crowd. They're all really enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Boots
Okay.
revamp.
A Boots revamp. Okay.
Oh, him.
does
The guy
look like
next
a-
to the guy is the revamp
Yeah.
Boots.
Does look like it.
Yeah, he does.
Looks the part. It looks the
I wonder
part.
if he actually does. Is that redrafting? Huh.
Oh.
I have good ears, so you know.
You have good ears. You can hear from the
Can
from the stage.
Look, okay, let's not leak this out, okay? I don't know, I'm just something whispering in my ears like, is it a redraft? I don't know. Maybe not, you know.
Are you Daredevil?
No,
I think he is that though.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
We have all
Hoi
kinds of
Moi
superpowers.
Mao!
Okay.
Hoi Moi Mao basically means everyone cheer.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're not only good at hearing, you're also good at understanding.
Oh yeah, no, honestly it's weird. Sometimes I hear people talking like, oh yeah, I roughly know what you're talking about. Now we're gonna look at both Kyrie and Delar face off. Who is more handsome, Kyrie or Delar?
Starting from
Cast your vote.
Starting
Delar.
from Wolf. Starting from-
Delar.
Okay, Wolf.
Delar.
Can I
Can I get a
can I
hug, yeah?
abstain? Can I abstain here?
Nope.
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 Nope. This
Wolf.
is not the one
Both
where you can
of them
either
are
have a
your
check
kids.
or
Oh man,
you can.
it's so difficult. They're both my boys, you know,
They're both Filipinos that went to Indo.
and both from Onic.
Yeah, they're both your boys. They both respect you. Now you gotta make a choice. Who is your
I'll
favorite
just,
son?
just kill me, you know.
We have to be specific here. Who is the most handsome? Because if
Just kill me.
if you're nitpicking on the term handsome, I know
Somebody
my answer.
just shoot me now, you know.
You know what? That
Come on,
is
Wolf.
that
How
is-
do you answer
that,
that?
that is probably
My-
the answer of a parent. Yeah.
My
Okay.
answer for the most handsome would be Kyrie.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But the cutest one, of course, will be Delar.
You know what?
I don't know the difference between cute and handsome, so.
Ah, you're cute.
Oh,
You're handsome. Hey,
Hey.
James.
Alright, alright.
You owe me
Got
coffee.
him. Got him.
Now looking at the screen, looks like they're touching the screen just a little bit. So I think we're about to go into the game.
Yeah, but we are gonna be waiting for the head marshal's instructions to go on with the game, and we haven't seen that just yet.
Yeah, but right now we're seeing
The
them.
chop. It's called the chop.
The chop,
the chop?
the karate chop.
The onion chop?
He's waiting, you know. The head marshal is just there, waiting, preparing for the right time. It seems like he's, you know, almost ready.
Or maybe they're just
I
testing
think
the
you were
paint.
right about the redraft.
Or maybe we're just looking at Kyrie and Delar at this point.
Yeah, they're the ping test.
The game does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, we're
no
going into
chop.
the game.
No chop.
No chop.
No chop, and we're in the game. Speaking of which, evos has 7K gold lead? Nah, there's something wrong here. The game just started. The game just started.
That was the previous game.
This is how strong the law is, you know? His presence alone is more than enough to break the entire statistics of the game and the economy
So
and numbers.
funny.
No, imagine the buff that you have. The moment you go into a game, you immediately get a 7K gold lead. That's the buff I want.
That is the true meaning of buff.
That's the true meaning of buff.
Is this the time where we focus on Delar just, you know? They're just leaving the lane.
I think this is gonna be a really good idea for me to really realize and understand between Boots and Delar, between Joy as well as this Uranus, how is the lane priority gonna be like? Will Joy even want to stick himself out and stick his neck out and try to go for trades on health while trying to bring down the waves?
Honestly, it is worth it, but the thing is, Delar just keeps on healing up, especially he's using the crab there to make sure that he keeps the 20 stacks.
Yep. And of course, in the meantime, in the middle lane, we do have Keyboy as well as Kyrie jumping onto Dreams. It didn't really quite suffice too much to our kill.
Oh,
however,
Delar against Kyrie.
this is going to be something. Delar is just going to be jumping himself right in the face of Kyrie. The Appraisal's Wrap did manage to connect, but Delar is still going to be A-OK, and we know for a fact that he will regenerate back. But we do have Sans coming in from behind with a feathered airstrike. More than enough. Kyrie still takes the turtle right now. Sans just going to be jumping right in with the decimate that kills Boots.
Honestly, that was, I would say, as good as they could do it for evos. But again, a very good engage coming in from Keyboy and Taz. Low HP.
Is very greedy from the side of Taz, especially since there wasn't much people that could open up the map for Taz and helping them realize that, hey, the orange buff is going to be taken down, or rather the orange buff, someone is going to go over to the orange buff. In the meantime, it does seem like Kyrie did manage to bring the orange buff down. Keyboy and Kyrie is running for their dear life, and Delar takes his very first kill in MSC 2023.
One of the longest skirmishes that we've seen, just because of the fact that it was the Uranus, and Kyrie really overstayed there. Was able to successfully get the turtle and the orange buff. That was great. Great place, but Delar was there to punish.
What?
I mean, something happened, he may die.
Yep.
I mean, do 1, 2, and a profit. But either ways, right now on the top side, Taz is here. I kind of feel like you can't really take quite a lot of advantage here in the EXP just yet, because even though Boots isn't winning, Boots isn't really losing as well.
I think this is a point in time where the EXP is just so equal and 50-50. Even if Delar is winning against Boots, it just takes so little for Boots to come back in this game. You just need one person, hit himself up to the top lane, push Delar away, and they're back to equal.
I kind of get what you're coming from, but looks like there's a clash.
Keyboy, bouncing ball. In the meantime, suppressed in, and Keyboy is not in a good spot at all. The entirety of evos collapses themselves and brings the front line down.
I would have said that it was Taz who's suffering. Even when Delar as well as Red's having a great time, Taz will be the one suffering. Now he gets 2 kills. He still is a level behind Kyrie, which means that Fredrin will be snowballing out of control when it comes to taking down those neutral objectives. But overall, something has to be done for Taz, not only when it comes to the kills. They need to really make sure that they get probably the 3rd turtle and the 1st Lord. That's how they should be winning this game.
Though he may technically be a level behind, or rather a few EXP behind, I'm pretty sure that his itemization is enough. But in the meantime, he has Keyboy jumping in. He did manage to connect on the Dream as by Kyrie for now takes the turtle for his own. Delar gets himself away, and the entirety of evos actually went in for business and went out.
Yeah, looking at the situation just now, Dreams 0-3, but he does not have his ultimate up, because at this point I kind of feel like evos, they kind of want to move proactively, but even if Kaja does catch someone, looking at the damage, I kind of feel like if it's just 2% there, including the Kaja, they won't have enough damage. But 4 people here, they might be able to do something. Dreams just got his ult, but the thing is, still doesn't have the flicker.
can see that already. You can see the strength of the Fredrin. Like he's able to really tank up, and whenever he gets the first turtle, he's really a massive boost to the farm and tank ability of a Fredrin. Oh, too early.
Just a sliver, runs himself away and pops off with the feather aspect for a little while longer. Kyrie, with the Appraisal's Wrath, he will be able to bring Taz down.
I don't know whether Taz had the orange buff or not at that point, but I was so low. Sans should have died, but still was able to run away. And just an interesting point that I got to give over to Wolf now. The Lar, he's not building the Enchanted Talisman first.
Oh,
yeah, he's building the Oracle, meaning he's going straight for defense.
Yep. Because he knows that he needs to tag up against the Joy. Somebody has to take care of business. So you have a little bit of damage mitigation for magic from the Oracle.
Yes.
Of course, that's Farsa as well as the Joy, who's going to be a problem later on. Then you go to Talisman afterwards.
Best of both worlds, huh? You're able to sustain for extended team fight, and of course, you're going to be A-OK with Sans and Blue. I like that.
100%.
Right now, looking at the bottom lane. Keyboy is charging up. Dreams catches him.
Dreams immediately brings CW down while Keyboy was looking to try to bring down the bottom lane. Keyboy, great Tyrant's Rage, slams Reapers right over to the wall, and the rest of Onyx follows by. Sans almost managed to help to bring Dreams down, but Taz is here with the first Testament to connect down onto the Fredrin. Keyboy jumps himself right within the range of the turret, and he's gonna be A-OK.
A lot happened, but I gotta say, man, perfect timing by Keyboy. He knows, like, okay, you guys are gonna recover in 3, 2, 1, clap back.
That was, there's just a lot of micro things that happened in there. First, the jump coming out from the Kaja, that was Dreams. That was immediately filed up by Bennett's Rage. And he was able to pull back his target, which was Chewe, to multiple bombs from the grenade, from the Bennett. That's why he's able to kill him off. Then afterwards, when the Cult Arthur was activated, you know that you get suppressed, right? You get stunned when the shields are up. So Kyrie just popped the ultimate, and immediately, you know, effectively stunning up 3 heroes that set up for the
Keyboy.
Speaking of catch, Keyboy, they're trying to go for it, but no one else was really around that to follow up.
Oh, and Kyrie was able to retrieve that gold crab away. So, small win, but you know what? Any kind of win, you're just going to be appreciative of it. Right now, let's look at the items. Anything we should be thinking about here?
Okay, so yeah, you mentioned the Oracle. There is an upcoming Dominance Ice for Dilar, which kind of deals with the 1-1, which is much needed. And on the opposite end, some just casual items from the Kufra so that he's being able to last up against the Mardin.
Right now, Dilar is deep into enemy territory. Looks like he's just getting vision a little bit. So far, looking at the mana pool, he should be able to handle Boots quite well. Speaking of which, Boots and Dilar, not winning, not losing. Both EXP laners, they're just kind of like doing their job, biding their own time.
It's a very equal fight, right? We're looking at both teams pretty much hanging on the knife's edge. Anything that will happen, it will eventually erupt.
Now, looks like evos tried to catch Keyboy off guard with a little bit of damage. So far, Keyboy, he is going to be linchpin. Kyrie goes in, finds Hijime.
The taunt didn't really quite connect on the Hijime though. Forced him to went off with the Cult Altar.
Oh, what a good go-ahead play coming out from Kyrie, utilizing the Retribution, knowing that the next objective will be about 20 seconds away, so it will be cooling down for sure. What he did was to force out the Cult Altar just because of one micro play.
Didn't really quite connect with Tyrant's Revenge though. Hijime was looking for a small little happening, but it seemed like he would want to go in anytime soon. But Sans finds something, and that is a Feathered Airstrike that actually managed to strip down the Hijime and Brands more than enough to force them away. This is a small little priority that they can have.
I gotta say, man, evos, they gotta slow things down because Hijime needs a bit of time to come back to the Lord fight. But right now, Keyboy, the Lar is there. Keyboy doesn't want to go for the Lar just yet.
Oh, that's crucial. They lost control of the Lord, but now Hijime, his ultimate is cooling down.
And now, looking at the Lord, about half HP. Kyrie, as well as Taz, is both there. The Lar soaking a lot of damage. Dreams tries to find any angle that he can get. And now Keyboy is just there. Brands from back. The Lord's so low. Brands secures it.
It doesn't seem like Brands will go down anytime soon because him getting it as the Lord is gonna be big. And for now, Onic continues to tower through and power through. Hijime and Taz did go down, but the Lord is still gonna be working for themselves. Boots are gonna be counting in. The proxy helps them bring Taz down as well as the first tier turret.
Oh, what a jump coming out from the entirety of onic. But even better was the ultimate coming out from Keyboy. Once again, this time, he didn't have any sort of help or setup. It's just literally the melee-based comp that you saw coming out from evos getting punished by the Cupra. Still, Brands secures the Lord, and that's massive for evos. But then again, Kyrie, ever so efficient, steals an orange buff up top.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, that was crazy. I would say the play came from both gold laners, man. Brand secures the Lord. CW secures 2 kills for himself. And the thing is, they gotta find a way to make sure that Brands is all right. San so far has not died. And again, this Sparsa deals a lot of damage, even though sure, very soft. They gotta make sure that Brands is taken care of. As long as Brands is fine, he should be okay. He died twice. Dreams hasn't died at all.
Definitely agree. I think the start of the fight, you saw how much damage he's already able to deal. And that's also a way to break the formation that you are seeing from evos. But the fact of the matter remains, taking the Lord means that you will eventually get a lot of pushing potential. And that is going to be the economy equalizing for both teams.
Right now, Taz was able to secure a orange buff for himself as well. Level 13 on both junglers. Brands level 11, CW level 12. Hijime right now, I kind of think in terms of items, he should be doing quite well. But the thing is, Keyboy as well as Kyrie is putting up so much space between them as well as CW and Sans, making it quite, I would say, quite safe for CW to move forward.
I just want to say though, Keyboy is very tanky now. Radiant armor as well as the dominance size just really picked up. We can see that he is, he knows that correct items. Where you're looking at his counterpart, it's the Kaja. He's about, what, 600 gold richer? But interestingly, not able to complete an item.
Right
because
now,
of those casual items.
Yeah, here's the thing. I kind of feel like Dreams right now, not dying, kind of feels quite well if he wants to go for that fleeting time. Looking at Brands, he's probably going for a Hunter Strike soon. He has a lot of penetration. So in terms of damage, it's kind of looking quite good. But again, you can have all the damage in the world, but if you die, it kind of doesn't matter.
It's gonna be a very important second Lord. And I guess that whoever takes this next Lord and then wins the fight will inflate their lead to about 5,000.
Now, one thing that we're gonna have to reconsider and remember is the fact that evos did manage to pull off getting themselves the first Lord, and that was no fluke. Evos have timed their retribution between Taz and Brands. Brands wanted to go for the snipe onto the Lord at the same time of Taz going for the retribution, and we can more or less prepare for something like that to happen again. As such, onic maybe you should keep an eye out for where exactly this Beatrix is.
Right now, I'm actually looking at the map. Sans is coming back into the fight. The Lar is coming in. Keyboy is looking for an angle. The Lord is very low. Taz is alone. Everyone else is far away. The Lar is gonna flank from behind. 11,000 HP left on the Lord. Looks like no one wants to commit just yet. They really want to make sure someone dies first. 8,000 HP on the Lord. And now
there's gonna be a penetrate plus an boost passion onto the Lord, and Taz will eventually be able to get the Lord down. But unfortunately, throughout all of that, the Lord is still gonna be taken down to the hands of onic. Hijime goes down too. onic found value after taking the Lord.
Yeah, massive snag coming out from onic for sure, especially with the ultimate coming out from Keyboy, stopping the Iron's tracks, already committing the Purify. But then again, that's the idea coming out from onic. Wow, okay, Kyrie using the taunt to his...
You talked about the Purify. Hijime didn't use his.
Yeah.
I saw quite a bunch of crowd control on him. I kind of feel like Hijime should not have died just now.
Well, he knows that he will have the passive anyways. He's going to trigger it. It's not worth to commit your Purify. Through the instant replay, you're going to see the go-ahead usage of the Bennett's Rage. But Dilar was isolated. You can see Keyboy with the knockback, utilizing his ultimate. And they were just fine not giving away the Lord to the side of onic. So it's pretty much an even trade-off between two teams.
But honestly, looking back into the highlights, everyone else was going away except for Hijime. So maybe there is some kind of
communication
communication issue there.
Yeah.
They got to fix that up because Hijime, he has to know he is the mid laner.
Yep.
He can deal the damage, but again, you got to make sure that you're in the right position to actually hit your Ghost Blisters onto multiple targets.
I guess the call for for evos was hit and run. Let's just get the retribution, let's get out afterwards. Knowing full well that there's some massive engaged comp that you can see and expect from onic. Evos, they're far too afraid to commit 5v5 versus onic unless it's just for the sake of getting the retribution onto the Lord.
Right now, looking at the positions of everyone, Delar is solo up on top, while the other 4 members of EVOS somewhere here down bot. Dreams now has the Tina shield, should be able to handle the damage coming in from Sans. Sans so far again has not died just yet, doing absolutely quite a lot of damage onto EVOS. I gotta say, guys, during this entire fray, during minute number 1 up until minute 15, the start of the game, 7,000 gold lead. Yep. But after that, I would say not even a 1,000 difference between both teams.
Yep, I definitely agree. And big props to onic, alleviating 7,000 gold in just the first few minutes of the game.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
It all boils down to the first buff. Huh? Eventually, once you get the first buff, the lead is just so much. But in all seriousness, one thing that I'm looking at from the side of onic is the fact that they are pretty much more or less going for like a wombo combo unga bunga kind of game, right? While EVOS, the main thing and the main way that they have been playing is really just Sand Dream as with a flicker, followed by pulling and picking off someone. From that point on, hopefully that they will be able to get that numbers advantage in order to win in the team fight. And not to forget, with the insurance from Hijumi, I thought that would have worked well.
And I kind of feel like both teams are trying to see who's going to make the mistake. CW is getting sniped quite a few times already by Brands. Brands so far has been pretty good on those snipes. Lord Spawn, EVOS so far has been able to secure 2 for themselves. Can they make it a 3? Or this time, onic is going to make sure that they get it. Looking at Delar, he is inside the base of onic.
And Keyboy jumps himself right onto the front lines. Taz seems to be in a deep trouble as Boots puts himself right onto Hijumi. Brands all the way behind, trying to go for the snipe, but unfortunately that's not going to work out for them this time. For the first time, onic gets themselves the Lord, but the Law is all the way down in the bottom lane, pushing the waves all the way through. In the meantime, we're looking at a 2-way role split. We're looking at 2 fights. Well, the main thing is CW soars into the sky, takes 2 down, and Brands pop off with a wind of nature. CW pops his own one and tries to follow through.
CW wanted to say, I'm the king of the skies, man. Kyrie's on my team, sure, but look at me.
Oh man, massive split from Delar, but it will not be enough. Does complete the push onto the bottom lane, but now with onic getting the Lord and winning the battle afterwards, there's not much wave that they have, and now they can pummel and trade off easily.
Right now, looking at how the waves are moving, onic now has a 2,000 goal lead. The Lord is still marching in the mid. Hijime is trying to protect his own base, his own turret. Now, EVOS, I kind of feel like they can protect this, but they took quite a heavy hit.
100%. I mean, onic will lose their bottom lane, but the fact that there still is a Lord and a lot of big minions march in, onic still has map control.
And Sands flickers forward. In the end of the day, Sands is still managed to get a kill with a magic warship onto Brands, and that is more than enough for them to bring the win con down.
Dude, that must hurt, man. We haven't seen Farsight in quite a while, but the thing about the Farsight is, all you gotta do is one job. Yep. Drop the marksman.
Raw damage. That's what we want from the side of onic. And speaking of raw damage, look at the amount of damage that they can deal onto Delar. Despite the fact that he is pretty tanky, they still can bring him down to such a low percentile of health. onic forces their objective and push their way through. Brands is nowhere to be seen, and this is one of the best opportunity for onic to make a play without the main damage dealer from the side of EVOS. As such, Kyrie makes himself the front, and he's just wanting to get himself right in the middle, but unfortunately the immortality will be popped. Brands joins in the frame, and onic finds this time to run away, but Dreams, he knew that this moment would come with a flicker. He brings 1.
onic look like they overstayed their welcome.
Definitely. They've already pushed out 3 lanes of turrets. He should be happy with that, especially knowing that Brands' timing is going to be cooling down. You know, he's going to be respawning. The fact that Kyrie stayed in front of that base building also forces all his immortality, which, by the way, is a mortal sin in latter portions of the game. It's, you know, it's a very valuable cooldown to not have. And then Brands was able to respawn, and there's DSS coming up from Dreams. Still, onic, massive lead, map control is theirs. Not impossible for EVOS though.
At this point, everyone is almost full build. I see Hijime not full build just yet. I kind of feel like after this, he will go for the Blood Wings. Lord coming up in just a bit. And this time, EVOS, even though they are at a goal deficit, they're in prime position to secure the Lord. And again, at this point, it kind of doesn't matter about the gold.
This Lord is looking to be very scary, as onic can literally take this Lord fight, this Lord stance by the throat of evos.
Right now, looking at the Lord, Kyrie is pulling it towards the side of onic. Dreams, will you have a good position? Keyboy is looking for a target. He finds Dreams.
And immediately slams him into the wall. Hijumi came in to give him the insurance policy. Dreamers is still alive. However, the law is not. It's going to be popping off the immortality, and immediately with the Winter Truncheon, he could stay alive. But expended off his immortality just so that he will be able to go for the trade onto Dreams. This means that there's only 3 members left for the start of evos.
There's only one play left. That's the bottom. Taz sees it. Is anybody from onic gonna play? They canceled the TP. Oh no, that they have boots anyways.
Yeah, boots.
So now, onic, prime position to end the game at around 21, 22 minutes. For now, evos, their damage dealers, haven't been able to do quite a lot. Haven't been able to do too much.
That was really a tough fight, isn't it, for evos? Because in a macro sense, there's so many things going on. They're gonna have to take note of the top lane, middle lane, and the bottom lane, which will eventually push in, especially for the top and the middle, right? Because if the longer that they keep this fight going, the longer that they hold on to this Lord, unfortunately, evos will be on the chokehold. They can't dance around the Lord for that much. They need to deploy someone to defend the base.
Well, right now the Lord is marching in. Sans trying to find a good position to make sure that he can get onto Brands. Brands is still alive. He will be trying to clear minions. The Lord comes in. Better ass right used.
And does seem as though Taz was hoping that he'll be able to get a kill down on Sans, but the rest of the members from the side of onic will probably want to focus down the core. But the Lord is frozen. He don't care about much at all. But the main front line of onic is gonna seem as though we've got Kyrie taken down. But it's quite a lot of trade. Dream, Taz, the Law, all of them taken down. Keyboy, backline, but they don't care.
Looks like now, match point for onic. The Lord comes in. Honestly, quite a good change. evos looking pretty good, but not good enough.
Macro wasn't theirs, unfortunately. During the important Lord team fights, they lost control of the map. Kyrie was able to get it. They were poked down. Dilar wanted to go for that split push play. Was successful in doing so. But in the end, the entirety of his gang wasn't able to secure the Lord. Still, the 1-1 is pretty strong, I would say. And the fact that Boots was making it so impossible for the backliners of evos to get into position, that was another problem that they had to solve.
I gotta have to say though, I really do commend the fact that evos constantly tries to drag onto the game and get themselves more time. Buy more time to eventually find the small little weakness that onic has. Because here's the thing, I've always seen evos as a very slow team. They will always start off the series in a very slow manner. They would always give their opponent the first point, and eventually they bounce back. So more or less, evos is still keeping to their MO. They're giving 2 games over to onic, and you wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be too surprised if evos somehow finds a way to turn the game around.
Yeah, I kind of feel like game number 3, because again, it's not over. It is a best of 5. Looking at how they were playing just now, CW, honestly, in my personal opinion, played out of his mind. Brands, I kind of feel like he did well as well, but again, always targeted. I'm going to bring in Leo into this conversation. That was an amazing game, Leo.
We can only really do so much as hope, all right? We were definitely taking in our dosage of copium and hopium when Dilar came in. But again, the question stood. Will his macro stand up to the fact that he's a new part of this equation? And we saw some signs of the old Dilar, right? We saw how even when everything is up against evos' odds, he tried to push that bottom lane. He really did. And I don't know, is it just me or is the mid-game something that evos really just let go of somehow?
Honestly, I kind of feel like it's all on onic, because we're going to look at the MVP for now, and the MVP of this game is going over to Sans, where again, we got to remember, in MSC, 0% win rate, Sans just changed that. And the thing is, Sans and Boots, like, we got to bring up Boots again. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a pretty nice guy. He makes sure that everyone stays careful. But in this game, he keeps telling Brands to be careful, because Sans and Boots always making it so that, yo, you know what, Brands? Maybe you could relax here. Don't be close to the fight.
I love the fact that there was an important important pickoff coming out from Sans. Didn't go for the mystery shop. It was playing really passively, but at the same time, he's on point with the ultimate. He used the flicker so that he's able to eliminate Brands. And that actually gave so much of a push for the side of onic. We're going to see highlights once again. Important turtle team fights, but Taz was able to get 2 kills. Great start. You see Keyboy with the counter play.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That's nasty.
That was nasty, and it was started because of the cult altar that expired.
Now, here's the thing. Whenever we are looking at the initiation coming from evos, the main thing that we want to grab on is the person in front. Most of the time, it's Kyrie. The other time, it's CW if the opportunity presents itself. Otherwise, Sans would never be caught. So right now, the main idea is that Sans had got free real estate. As long as he's in the safe place, he will have all the free feathered airstrikes. He can deal as much damage as he can. And the main problem about Fasa right now is the fact that everyone can deny him, everyone can stop his ultimate, but in this game, not much. It's only this one time where Taz actually managed to find that knockup onto Sans, where there's not that much value to be made.
Oh man, look at Sans is just like a menace against Brands. He seems like a ownership as well as Coach Achille or Adi just gave him one task to do today. Make it so that Brands will not be able to play. Don't let Brands play. That's what he did.
He did it. He set it up, right? If there would be a secondary MVP, I'd say it would be Chewe. But that's a completely payoff type of MVP. Sans was both. Sans helped set up amazing team fights for onic, and he had a great pop-off from the mid to the late game. Let's look at the items here. This was a relatively long match. Again, 22 minutes. There was a clapback. There was a time wherein onic said, you know what? It's our turn. We're going to win. But just the same, evos built up. evos had a good, solid ramp up to the mid game.
Honestly, I feel a lot of people will be critical on to Brands, but in that kind of game, it's very hard for him as a marksman to position really well to the point where I kind of feel like you've been kiting a lot. Would it be crazy to say might as well just go for it, flicker for it, and try to kill them before they kill you? Because I kind of feel like at this point, Brands is trying to avoid a lot of the damage, which again, that's your initial instinct. Is this one of those situations? Might as well just like, I don't care, I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to kill everybody.
I know a gold laner who would do that. And he's called the gold standard in the Philippines. He's not afraid to go flicker in, and he knows his timings, right? But then again, if you're going to be looking at the composition of onic, it's kind of hard to do. There is an opening, though. Once the Joy already went to the backlines, and of course, Sans already used the ultimate, maybe you can go and flicker in. This is also a dilemma between like picking up Faramis. Sometimes it will go badly for you, because once you receive that ultimate, it seems like your enemy will have a free stun. All they have to do is to pop the feathered airstrike and then land it to the extra shields, and you're going to be stunned up. Maybe that's the reason why Brands does not go for that kind of flicker play, because he will be really susceptible with that 1 second stun. That's a theory, though.
And actually, the way evos approached it is they